remember, It's a Wonderful Life was about the trials and tribulations of a man that decided that the world would have been better off without him. So an angel is sent to earn his wings. The angel's name is Clarence, and is sent to the aid of this man, George Bailey, and shows him what the world would have been like had George not been born. Now, I love George Bailey. I love George Bailey. I cried when he was sad. Now, remember when Mr. Gower's son died of the flu? All of you guys are nodding. Mr. Gower's son died of the flu, and Mr. Gower was so distraught, and he was drinking heavily, and he put the wrong pills in the pill bottle, and he wanted George to deliver them, and George knew that it was poison, and George didn't deliver them, and when he went back to the pharmacy shop, Mr. Gower was slapping him around, and it was a terrible scene, and I was crying, and George was crying, and then George told Mr. Gower that he knew he made a mistake. And Mr. Gower started crying, and George started crying, and I was crying. But George promised to never, ever tell anyone what happened, and he never did. George was trustworthy. I love George. I was so proud of him when he told Mr. Potter off after his father had died. Remember when Mr. Potter wanted to shut down the measly old savings and loan? George was loyal. I felt George's frustration each and every time he wanted to leave Bedford Falls and see the world, and something would happen to make him stay. I really wanted George to get out of Bedford Falls, but it wasn't going to happen. George was dependable. I felt George's hopelessness when he couldn't find the money that Uncle Billy had misplaced, and he wanted to save his family a life of scandal, enough so that he was willing to sacrifice his own. George really cared about other people. I wanted to be an entrepreneur because of George Bailey. I wanted to change the world and make it a better place, and I wanted my life to make a difference. That's what entrepreneurs do. We make a difference in the lives of other people. Whether you're a business owner or have the responsibility of representing your company here today, your motivation is doing what you do must be predicated on making a positive difference. Not only in your company, but in your community and your world. The right marketing message can help you do this. As I said earlier, everyone is promoting a marketing message. I also said that oftentimes that marketing message doesn't match the end results that you're looking for. Let's talk about the 5 key pieces to a good marketing message. Number 1, it must be easily understood by a 12-year-old. Number 2, it must be easily recited at gunpoint. Now, let's face it, time is often holding a gun to our head when it comes to marketing our businesses. And number 3, no more than 1 sentence long. Now, the third piece to a successful marketing message is what do you do for other people, also known as your benefit statement. I will tell you this, and it's no secret. Your customers out there and everyone in this room listen to one radio station, and those call letters are WIIFM. That stands for What's in It for Me. And all of us ask that of every product or service that we want to purchase. And the last key piece to your marketing message must be, who do you do it for? Who are the people that you're trying to reach with your marketing message? This is also known as your target market, your tribe, or your customer base. Your marketing message is it's not about your company, your product, or service. Your marketing message is what your customer gets out of doing business with you. Recently, at a Parker County Connection networking group, want to give a shout out to my PCC members. We meet Wednesdays, 8:15 at the fabulous Fairfield Inn. Anyway, at that Parker County Connection networking group, we all had to stand up and tell the group what we did without, this is difficult, mentioning our product or service. That was tough. That's your benefit statement. Let's all take a quick minute and turn to those people near you and tell them what you do without telling them your company name. Do not tell them your position. Do not tell them your product or your service. Let's take a couple of minutes. Go ahead. Tell them. I see a lot of you not talking. Let's wrap that up. How many of you, all right, how many of you were able to do that flawlessly? Let's see, raise your hand if you were able to do that flawlessly. That just tripped right off your tongue. Okay, the lady in the back, stand up. No, I'm with a beautiful shawl. Yes. Share with us what you just told your group.
You want me to come up there?
Yeah, come on up. I love sharing the podium. Now, was there anybody else that could do that? No? Tammy? Okay. You'll have to lean in. Go ahead.
Okay. Do I tell people what I do?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Oh, there's your microphone.
Yeah. Is George Clooney in the house? No. Go ahead.
I'm Sydney Howell, and as the chamber members know, I'm a harpist, professional harpist. I play for weddings and receptions and funerals, etc. My statement just now to my lunch partner was...
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. This is Greg. Can you hear me? My statement was that I make people feel good. I let them get through a dinner or a challenging event with a pleasant ambiance and nice background.
Great. Thank you, Sydney. Let's give her a hand. Tammy, are you sure? Okay. Now, did everyone think that... Oh, I don't need this. Thank you. You might hang on. Did people feel that was difficult? Is it hard not to be your company or not to be your position? Isn't it difficult? Now let me tell you, when you meet somebody at a chamber event and they say, what do you do? Usually that's what we tell them, right? Oh, I work for ABC Bank. I sell cars. I'm a massage therapist. When people ask you, what do? What they're really asking you is, what can you do for me? That's what they're asking you. What can you do for me? Can you see where, if you don't have a clear message, a marketing message, it gets fuzzy when you go to work every day. So when in the morning, when it's raining, or like last week when it was icy and we had to make the decision of, do I want to go in, do I want to stay home? If you're not excited about going in and doing your work, it's because you don't know what your marketing message is. Now, who is your customer and why do they use you? That's a very, very important question. What's the best way to find out who your target market, your tribe, or I love walking out here, your customer base is? What is the best way? Anybody? The best way to find out who your target market or your customer is ask a customer. You have customers. Everybody has customers right now, even if you have one. Go ask that customer, tell me a little bit about you. Look at your customer. What age